What a tune. Hopeful by Odessa. Just a beautiful song. Beautiful song. Namaste, fellow waves. In the ocean of loving consciousness, we are one. Just as all the waves in the ocean are part of the ocean, we are one. Welcome in, welcome in. All sorts of different energy coming in to start the stream today. First, we have our dear friend out west, Lorianne, LA Forest. Namaste to you, Lorianne. We are one. Hope you're doing well. And we have a YouTube comment. This is new for us. We haven't had much traction on the YouTube. We got Bosna all day. Namaste, Bosna all day. We're one. He goes, what's going on, bro? He says, can you do a fight review with you and Milan Lucic? Namaste, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the ask. I'm going to keep that for my book. I detail that one in detail in my book. So I'm going to keep that for then. But we can do other ones. We got Shari Soulflow. Namaste. Happy Wednesday, community. She says, namaste. We are one. Shari's in the house. Just vibing. Bosna all day. No worries, brother. No worries. Just trying to keep some stuff for the book and got a new track running for that. And oh, Corey Katina, namaste, brother, the bionic shoulder man himself. How we doing? How we doing, Corey? How's the post-surgery been? How are you doing? Please update us. And then we got Brandon Pereira out here on Instagram. I don't know if he's still here. He came in with first message, moron, then open those eyes before I call Revo. What love and light from Brandon. Appreciate you, brother. Ryan Manley, namaste. We are one as always. Ryan Manley, what's going on, brother? And we got some love out in TikTok here. Zach Worth vibing, sending lots of likes. Says Marner for the cup. Hey, I mean, he was really nice to me, so I gotta vibe with him for that. I also really had a great time around Thomas Hurdle. So those are my, I don't know, let's say like saving graces. If the Vegas Dark Knights win the cup, that those two guys get cups. That's beautiful to see, right? Kevin Fife, namaste. How the hell are you, brother? What's going on? Trevor Castonguay himself. And he's shouting out Ryan Manley, namaste. We are one, brother. I love hearing you say that language, brother. Oh, dude, it just, because it's flowing through this vessel and you're saying it and it just lights me up. It just lights up this body, man. Namaste to you. And Brandon Pereira is still here. Still checking in to see what my reaction would be to his comments. Trying to troll in the Love and Light stream. Fellow waves, does trolling ever work on the Love and Light stream? Has it ever worked? We've had that guy come in and be so hateful, and then we brought him on the stream and he was wearing a Boba Fett bounty hunter Star Wars helmet because he didn't want to show his face. We've had people come in, try to bait me into thinking I've been on naughty websites and chatterbait and all this different stuff. We've had all different types of troll jobs, but none of them have worked. The only troll job that works is Sharzy himself when he's messing with us, right? So there ain't nobody here to offend, brother Brandon Pereira. Like, I know you don't understand that, and I wouldn't have either, but I have, instead of my name on my office door, I have nobody. It says nobody. There is no one here to be offended, brother. None. No person that's going to go, oh, that hit me in my stuff, and I'm going to react, and I'm going to get upset. It's like, the kick dog always yelps, but there ain't no dog to kick. I get caught sometimes. I get sucked in sometimes, but when I'm on stream with the love and light community, that ain't one of those times. Let me tell you. Fair enough, says Bosna all day. Bosna, what's your real name, brother? Was that your last name, first name? I don't know. I always want to check in. Is Bosna the actual name? Let me know, brother. When does the book come out again? It's been pushed back, so we're thinking first week of September, and I know, but it's just the love and light doing the work. I'm not in control. Just like I'm not here to be offended, I'm not here to pick the date of the book. It's just telling me what to do. I can't stop it. Corey Katina says, going slow so far. Start PT tomorrow, so we'll have a better idea how things are going then. Still been in that acute phase. Still that post-surgery phase. I got you, brother. I got you. How's your comfort level been? Have you been on the meds, the opiates? Have you got off them? Like, fill us on that, because that's a slippery slope, as we know, right? Always want to check in on my brother there. Namaste, says Sharzy, you goofy gooner. Namaste, brother. We are one. We got a troll job coming in here, Sharzy. I was just talking about it. Brandon Pereira is trying to get under the skin, but it ain't working. EQ Stumps. Namaste, brother. There he is, the love and light. Why do I'm so used to saying assistant equipment trainers because I have such close ones from the National Hockey League. The head equipment trainer. The fucking man himself, Stumps, with the on sound attack in the kick now. He's in the kick. Had to hop on kick so I could connect with all these fellow waves. That's it, brother. That's it. That's it. Welcome in, Stumps, everybody. Welcome him in. And we got Mato Lucic, Bosnia all day. So that's what Bosnia means. Bosnia? Your name's Mato Lucic? That's fucking badass, brother. No wonder you wanted me to review the Lucic fight. Are you a fucking relative? I know he was Serbian. Are you a Bosnian relative? What's going on there? What's going on there? Please let me know. Wow. That's awesome. Mato Lucic. Dope-ass name. Sharzy said, I heard that as I was coming in. Yep, that's Sharzy's game right there. He wants to know who's trolling. You want to hear what he said, Sharzy? Did you catch what he said? He goes, moron, open those eyes before I call Revo. I don't think he's here now. He dipped out. Welcome in, says Lorianne, to Mato. And we got welcome in from Shari to Mato, and to Trevor, to our equipment trainer, Trevor, with the on sound attack. Welcome him in. Mato is saying, no, LOL. Hell no. I'm a Leafs fan all day from Toronto. Oh, okay. All right, brother. All right. So what's the Bosnia part? What's the Bosnia part for your handle? Let me know. I didn't catch it. Close those eyes, duck and weave. That's what I did with Revo, pretty much. Pretty much just hope and a prayer. You'll see why when I write in the book. Excuse me. So, Brandon Pereira, another troller. Excuse me. Another troller bites the dust. Also, somebody help me remind me that my smoothie, the rest of my smoothie, 2/3 of it is still in the freezer. I got to make sure I take it out soon so I don't crack my blender, put it in the fridge, drink it. My belly was just full. My background is Croatian from Bosnia. Nice, dude. What a beautiful part of the world. I really want to go there. I've seen a lot of pictures. I know it's similar to Italy. I've been there, but my mom's been to Croatia. I did a bike trip. Seems amazing. And speaking of Mummy, very excited to... Oh, Nolan Thompson's in the house. Namaste, Nolan Thompson on Instagram. Get over in the kick, pal. Get over in the kick if you can, but we're happy to have you here. The guy who's been meditating for 7 damn months. It is, yeah, it's nice, dude. I would love to get over there. But speaking of my mummy, I was going to say today that we're going to share the poem that came flowing through my mom. Oh, Brennan Zankowski. Namaste, brother. Namaste. So Before we jumped on, Shari, I posted it in the group. Namaste, Nolan. We are one. I posted in our WhatsApp Love and Light community, so we can all go take a look at it as I read through it. So I posted it, and maybe we should look at the original poem that inspired her first. So maybe we'll do that. Share screen. We'll go to this one. So maybe we'll check in with the Rumi original. So it's inspired by The Guest House by Jalaluddin Rumi. Of course, I found a Scottish poetry library. That's not a synchronicity. My mom's all about Scotland. So here's the original. Yes, I believe this is the original. Yeah. The Guest House by Rumi. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, shout out Rumi, one of the greats. Holy shit. So what does that bring up for everybody here? I'd love to know. What does that bring up for you here when I read that poem? Brennan Gamble, namaste, welcome in on Instagram. Get well soon, says Corey. Namaste. Gotta go run. Wanted to pop on, say hello to y'all. Thank you so much, Corey. We appreciate you coming in, my man. Appreciate you coming in. But what a poem by Rumi. I mean, I can speak for myself. We get bombarded with visitors to our guest house, or guests to our house every day. And our anxieties, our depression, stress, worries, fears, hopes, dreams, good things can come to the door. It's not only bad things and sorrows and scary things that come knock on your door and you have to laugh at them and welcome them in. You have to do that with the things that really excite you as well, the things that you cling to and desire. All of it. You have to welcome it all in. Shari Soulful says, wow, love this as a reminder to allow and love it all. Right, Shari? Right? So here's the little backstory. My mom's been diving down her healing journey, and that was read to her at her meditation group, her healing group. And I can't go too far into the details basically, but let's just say a very strong thing happened that was brought up from the past through recent events in our life. And oh my gosh, did that hit my mom? And she's starting to be like, every time this happens, she goes, well, you're going to say this is synchronicity, right? But now she's not saying it with as much of a, oh, you're going to say this is synchronicity. She's going to say, I know what you're going to say. See how it's starting to chip away at her armor? The synchronicities are just knocking on her door. Guests are knocking on her door. And she's starting to slowly see, as my body lights up with spiritual chills right now, that they are being sent from beyond. Whatever that beyond is to her. Nature, her childhood trauma, blah, 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 blah. It's the love and light as we know here on the stream. And it's sending her messages, pebbles at the window, waking her up, pebbles of suffering, and then it threw a fucking boulder. Not a one to take out the whole house, but a big enough boulder to like take out a whole side of the house, like a whole wing of the house is what happened recently, okay? I can't share all the things that would just make you go, what the fuck? But just think like 5 things have happened, boom, boom, boom in a row, that now my mom is just spontaneously writing poetry. And it's fucking incredible. It's fucking incredible. Okay? So that was the inspiration, that beautiful short poem by Rumi. It's so packed with meaning. Every word is meticulous. It's obviously somebody could read that and go like take it different ways. So my mom extrapolated on that, right? So can I share I can probably share my whole screen if I go to WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. Remove. I'm gonna go here, stop screen, share screen, entire screen. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Probably gonna be trippy. I think you guys can see this though. I can't see my screen, but you're looking at my whole screen, so it should be fine. Yeah, it should be good. If it's not, let me know. But if you are in the Love and Light community, the Collective Memorial WhatsApp community, you have it there. So here's my mom's version. Longer, very personal, but I think just so beautifully poetic. Just let me go check just to make sure you guys can see my screen. Yeah, you can. I think you can. Okay. We're good. So here we go. Mummy's final version of the poem. At This Moment is the title, inspired by Rumi. Around and around they go. Where they take me, I do not know. White hot anger, volcanic rage, tears of sadness flood this page. At this moment, truths are tangled. I hate you, I love you, I pity you, I admire you, you are a coward, you are a hero. At this moment, I know I should accept what I feel, not avoid, not question, not challenge. They are mine, they are real. At this moment, anger invades my being, preventing me from hearing, preventing me from seeing an unexpected visitor at my door. At this moment, he should go away. I do not want him here, and that is okay. I do believe what Rumi says, accept the unexpected guest, entertain him, honor him, let him stay, but I'm just not ready to invite him in today. This visitor arrives yet again pounding at my door, rather loudly, that is for sure. I do not hide or look away. I take a breath, I grasp the knob, I squeeze it tight, then slowly turn it to the right. Light explodes, I shield my eyes. He barges in, my senses rise. I sneer at first, then quickly soften, and gently my heart begins to open. He takes my hand, I do not fight. He sits me down, I think I might run for the door, but I do not. I just know I will welcome this determined visitor. At this moment, I will welcome this determined visitor. I will honor this embrace. I will muster my courage. I will summon my grace. He bears no grudge for the earlier snub. Together we sit. Together we breathe. He just smiles and stares at me. Look into your heart, he seems to say. I am here to help you find your way. And at this moment, he does. Whoa. Right, Lorianne? Oh. Like, wow. I mean, it's such a powerful reminder that we need to just be where we're at. You can't skip ahead. Just because Rumi says to welcome in every guest to your house, you're throwing a party, you invite all your friends, you're trying to sort it all out and make sure it works great. And just the last person in the world you want to show up that was never invited shows up and knocks on the door very loudly. We're not all ready to welcome that person in. I certainly haven't been many times. I even go through it at times with Pipey. I see the dog taking care of her and she just does things that trigger my conditioning. I see the wave rise in me and just have to watch it and welcome it. But it's when big things hit us, we're not ready to deal with them. But that's the right thing to do, is just be not okay with them. And by the end of that poem, my mom's realizing that she's not okay with it. She's not ready for it, but it's here anyway. And it is helping anyway. And that's this journey. You kind of just bite off more than you can chew, try to chew it, spit it out, take a bigger bite. And I guess the size of your bites depends on how much you're suffering. My mom's like, I just want to get this shit out of me now. I know I'm this little child with all this armor on to protect me, or I'm this pipe that's got blockages. I just got to let it flow up. I want to get all this gunk out. She literally was saying this like 2 weeks ago. I just want it out. I'll do whatever. Guess what she got? She didn't get it just magically removed. What did she get? An opportunity on a platter to say, oh yeah, you said you wanted to get rid of those blockages, huh? That's your intention? Your whole life has gone from playing bridge and Gaelic and hanging out with friends to just first and foremost the spiritual path, and you want to progress? Well, here you go. Here's some suffering for you, because if it went in with pain, it's got to come out with pain. She is doing yin yoga 4 times a week. She's doing Zumba. She's doing therapy. She's doing, for the psychology side, she's doing meditation groups, 2 different groups. Like, it's just insane. And so when you ask for it, you don't get it. You get the opportunity to be it. The universe winking at you, yourself winking at you, going, are you sure about that? Are you ready to back up your shit? Why do you think I always talk about walk the talk? It's the only way to become what you seek, to realize what you are. So she's just doing the work, fellow waves. And that poem flowing out of her, I didn't understand this before. I never understood what art was. I thought art was just like, yeah, you just make something because you like it. It's like, no. Art is always the expression of life, of our experience, the deepest, darkest, beautiful things that then just flow out of us in ways. For Van Gogh and his bipolar, or was it Picasso or Van Gogh? Bipolar, chaotic paintings to share how he was feeling. Nelson Mandela speaks in the way he does. Anne Frank, her diary, thinking nobody would ever read it. These are all just expressions of the spiritual path, a remembrance journey, whether people know it or not. Sherzy coming in to lighten it up. Welcome in. Just ask the local Mormon. I'll answer the door naked and invite you in for a coffee. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That's what Rumi's poem said, right? To laugh at the guest. You know, don't just let them in. Laugh at them and let them in. That's what you're doing there, Sherzy. That could be a fucking poem. You could make that into a poem. The Naked Mormon Visitor. Ali Cotter, namaste, fellow wave. We are one. Ali Cotter, how are you doing? I hope you're doing so well. Hope you and Tara are just doing lovely, newlyweds. Delicious stuff. I don't think we've heard from Lisa Jude today. I think I saw her maybe pop in the Instagram. Maybe she didn't. I also think she left our main group. So I wonder if she did that on purpose or by accident or what's going on there. I need to check in from the local Owen Sounders. Sherzy says that guest hasn't knocked on my door in 7 years. That's how it works, baby. That's how it works. I love to hear that. That is freaking amazing. That's what you do. You let it in and laugh at it, and then you just move on. Okay, I'm going to go take out my smoothie real quick from the freezer so it doesn't break whatever. 1 second. I'm glad I remembered that. Fruit ice cream. Nothing like that on a nice hot summer day. So yeah, I very much enjoyed that vibe. I remember when I posted, gosh, what would that have been? Spring last year, or no, probably like January, February, when we brought Grandpa back from his home when his partner fell and she couldn't take care of him anymore with his dementia. So we had to bring him up to Owen Sound, the Airbnb. I remember I posted a poem I'd written. It just kind of flows out of you when you're going through these tough things. So I was really excited to share that. I'm glad my mama gave us her blessing to read it, and that was beautiful to tap into. I didn't see what Tommy Yo posted today. I heard he singing a song in our WhatsApp community, so that's awesome. But Shari, I know Shari wanted to dive into a little bit. I'm wondering, Shari, with your busy life and all the stuff you got going on, were you able to watch that Rupert Spira video? No pressure if you weren't. That, what was it, the Love and Light Food Journey chat? Curious to know if you dove into that. And Shari, honestly, if you're open, we've had Lorianne on twice, we've had Lisa on, we've had Erica on, we've had Sid Wayne, who you haven't seen yet. You could come on the live stream and chat if you want to. You were able to watch it. Shari, would you like to come on the live stream? I can send you the link. Super easy, and you click it and join from the phone if you'd like, and we can just vibe out and chat about it. Totally up to you. Or you can, if you feel comfortable typing and that's safer, and you feel good about that, no problem whatsoever. I am good for whatever. You know me. So let me know if you want me to send you the link. I can send it on WhatsApp. But yeah, powerful video. Maybe, I mean, sure, give me a sec, I can join. Okay, perfect. I will get the link here. I will send it to you on WhatsApp. There you go. Boom, boom. So let us, as soon as you hit that link, share, you'll come in the background and I'll see you here. But yeah, that's a powerful video. It's a little long. I could summarize it. It's different when he speaks it in his beautiful English accented voice. But basically, I can summarize before Shari gets on for people just to be up to date. So basically, it's a video about addiction. And it's this woman asking about her eating disorder she's had since 3 years old. So you want to talk about a deep-rooted addiction. And she just directly asked Rupert Spira, who's this amazing non-duality teacher. He's influenced my path so much. And he just lays out exactly what to do. And it's the same instructions, whether you're an alcoholic, you're into porn and sex, food, opiates, doesn't matter. If you're addicted to gardening, okay? An addiction's an addiction. It's something that negatively affects your life that you're not in control of. It's a compulsion that you feel like you need to fulfill to be okay, right? So he instructs that first and foremost, you have to lay the foundation ahead of time before the compulsion feeling comes, which is inherently uncomfortable. Like, right, when you have a compulsion and something comes up, you're dealing with a tough emotion, you run to your addiction, whatever it is, it's by definition uncomfortable. So he says before that hits, before the urge to drink comes, before the urge to watch porn comes, whatever it is, you have to have already decided that you value getting over this addiction more than fulfilling the addiction and soothing this uncomfortable feeling you have. You have to have that laid out ahead of time. You have to know before it hits, I want this addiction done with. I want to move on. I don't want to hold this anymore. So when you're able to do that, and that's what we do through data collection, failing and going to our addiction over and over, that's not failing. Reframe it. It is your data collection to realize you don't want to do that behavior anymore, that what it gives you that you think is helping you is actually only hurting you. You have to see over time, you have to see over time that gap widen, go, okay, if I drink that, I get this like fleeting moment of somewhat of, I think, of peace, but it's so trash after. It's worse. It ruins the relationships in my life, la da da da. I end up in a place I don't want to be suffering. So you have to have decided that ahead of time. So that's the clarity. But then you have to have courage, because guess what? Just because you've decided you want to get over this thing more than you want to fulfill it, as Rupert Spear so beautifully says, there's just going to be a little bit of a rebellion in you. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, just a little bit. Every cell in your fucking body is going to scream for you to do that addiction, for you to satisfy it, for you to just be like, I have to do it. It's every cell in your body is going to scream, please relieve me of this discomfort, of this feeling. But Rupert says, when that hits, pause. Pause. Like you have a remote control and you just pause yourself. Don't move. Just pause. Don't do what the feeling's telling you. And it's going to scream louder, and it's going to scream louder. Still don't fulfill it. Because what you think you're going to get. So say you're here, right? And you have this screaming to go do this over here, drink, whatever it is, eat. And it's screaming at you to come do it. Over here, fulfilling that addiction is not where you want to go. You think you have to go out there to get this, to relieve the feeling. He's like, no. You have to, if this is the addiction, right? This is you. You have to turn around and look the other way, the opposite way of the addiction. So if the beer's in front of you, the drink, the food, the drugs are in front of you, you have to turn around in your own mind and look back into yourself. This is the work of what? Meditation. Why am I so bullish on it? Because it's everything. Regardless of how you shape it, how you come to it, where you're from, your language, your religion, I don't care. It all comes back to turning inward. Because the relief you seek in doing your addiction, your compulsion, whatever it is, in my journey, the things that I were pulled to, the feeling was never at the end of that. It was not. It was back within myself. All that thing I was going to do was revealing the love and light to flow through me for a split second. And I go, oh, and then it shuts off again. And then I think, oh, I got to keep hitting that button. I got to hit the drugs. I got to hit the drugs. I got to feel that peace again, that love and light. That's not where you find it. You already are it. So he says you have to learn to sit with that uncomfortable feeling. Again, that's what meditation is. This is what we do. So that's the background here for everybody. A little set the table to understand what we're going to be talking about here. And I'm so curious to hear Shara's experience. So she is here. She's in the backstage. I think she's just figuring out her camera right now. It's going on and off. I see you coming in and out, Shari. Give me the thumbs up when you're ready to go. I think it's just having some technical difficulties. God, have I had those a million times. That looks better. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, here she comes. There she is. Shari, full flow, namaste, fellow wave. We are one. How are you?
I am good. I'm glad to be here. I wasn't expecting it. Like set up my phone and yeah. I'm glad to be here.
That's always the best way. That's always the best way. I think we have a little delay, so we're gonna have to be careful on going back and forth because there's a little delay in your call, whether that's the Wi-Fi or whatever. It's like when I speak and then when you speak, there's like a couple seconds in between.
Okay.
So you shared very vulnerably in the Love and Light food journey chat, and it struck a chord with you. And then you were just like, what can I do? What can I do about this? What do you got? What do you got in your experience, Gabriel? I'm like, well, let me tell you, I've been through this. So I sent you that video, gave you some context, and you were able to have the time to watch it. It was about 10 minutes. So I just set the table for everybody else to understand kind of what it was about, but I would love to hear what you experienced, what has been your day like, what are you taking from this? Just the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. It was a lot this morning, going back and forth, kind of talking about it and processing it. I just watched the video probably 2 hours ago, so I'm still kind of processing. But by the time I got done, I was like, maybe this is like a food disorder, because like I've never studied, or never put myself in, certain food disorder groups. Yep. But it definitely, I realized it goes all the way back to like very young, when it started. And so I started to realize, okay, I could see where this can help me. And then I still have the fears. Like I said this morning, there's a lot of fears and shames that come up of like, and then that's when I realized it's totally an addiction, because the fears of the shame and of the, I can't do this, I don't know how to do this, came up this morning. And then watching that video, I could really see how that's the work, is just being present and allowing to feel my feelings. And I do it in my work, because being a massage therapist, and I help coach people how to their intuition and how to feel their bodies. But I've never tried it with food. Does that make sense?
Absolutely it does. And honestly, I wasn't diagnosed with this. This is my journey. I call it eating disorder because I fucking know it was one. I didn't know I had one because it hid in plain sight. I was this athlete. Of course I ate my face off. Of course I did like epic food challenges. He needs the calories. He's skinny. That has nothing to do with it. It's our attachment in our mind. So it's so crazy how these things can just be normalized. We don't even know it's a problem.
Right. And over the years, what's interesting is I've had little glimpses where things like whether counseling or something has brought something in, but it's so interesting to realize that the mind, the ego, is so good at covering it up and forgetting it. Because watching that video, I remembered that when I was the 80s kid, so my parents weren't home after school, and it was like, I would come home alone after school and maybe getting bullied or something. I got bullied in grade school, but I would eat and it would comfort me because it was like my friend. And that was brought up years ago that could be where it started, the eating, but I completely blocked it over the last 15 years. Like that there's an issue that I have to deal with. Right. But it's down to the feelings. It's back to the feelings. I was just putting my feelings into the food, and now it's like a pattern. So there's also a pattern that's there. But when I watched that video, it made me think of these things that I'm like, I have to really look at myself, feel my feelings in the moment, and not try to run from them or try to do, because it's so subconscious at times. And you don't even hear yourself making the excuses to why it's okay to do. You don't even hear it. You like just do it, and then you're like, okay. And so when he was sharing those things and how to do it, I was like, oh my gosh. And this morning when we were talking, a lot was coming up.
Right? It's unbelievable how subconsciously programmed we are. Anthony DeMello, this amazing spiritual teacher who died way too young. Well, of course he died exactly when he was supposed to, left his meat monkey spacesuit. He said, like, the amount you're going to progress is only correlated to the amount of truth you can just look in the face and not run away from. And I'll be honest, you weren't ready to deal with it then, Shari. I wasn't ready to deal with mine. We weren't at the level, and our meat monkey spacesuit kept us safe. It kept us in the fight. It kept us in the game. If we get too much too soon, this is when people unsubscribe from life. My dad. I almost did. Lots of people have, I think every human being, I think it's part of the process. You're going to have these kind of ideations at some point. It's just, it kept you safe, Shari. You are here with us doing the data collection now. It's not an issue. It's just an old blockage. It's an old blockage that served you so well to get you here now. And that's beautiful. So the reframe is everything, to start looking at this as like, this is not a negative to beat out of ourselves or dig up. It's like, this is something beautiful that served me, and it may no longer.
Yeah. And when you just said that, it reminded me, like probably 15 years ago, I got in like 10% body fat, was working out every day, had trainers, was doing Weight Watchers. Like I was doing all the willpower, all of the stuff, and it was working. Probably kept it off like 5, maybe 6 years. But then guess what happened? Then I had a nervous breakdown because I was not feeling my feelings. So then all of the hard training, and then probably honestly non-fat eating, like eating was crap back then for dieting. And it literally made my chemical balance go off, where I had panic attacks, and then I had to have surgery. So there was like pain and there was all this. But when I look back at it, it was like a miracle that came in. Like, it took me through that journey, but that wasn't what was going to work. Like, I don't think until I watched that video today, I realized that nothing's going to work until you feel your feelings and process through the body what is coming up. Like, get the story out of it in a sense, and really just be present with what's going on in the moment.
So beautiful, Shari. Such a beautiful realization. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 10% body fat for a woman, low, gonna mess up your chemicals, your endocrinology, all that stuff, right? But you were doing that at a time, probably thinking, again, subconscious, that was the thing to do, but there probably was another version of coping. Just like me training like way too much in the summers, breaking down my wrist, all these things. I look back and I can see the dots connecting of like, I was hurting, I did this. This was the result. It makes sense, but at the time, it's just like we are doing the best with the level of awareness we have. And if we don't have mirrors in our life, and we're not supposed to, they're going to stay subconscious. The things are going to manifest into physical reality. Like you said, that led to the surgeries, that led to changes in your life. It's so crazy how we can look at that and be like, yeah, it makes sense. But now we're sitting here and we're like, fuck, is this going to connect going forward? But this is the faith. This is what we do to hold space with each other, to go, hey, remember, if it connects looking backwards, you're just at the newest, best place now. You're just doing the best you can with what you have now. And you're making these realizations. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And it's, what was I going to say? When you said that, it triggered, I feel like I went into another escape, like another addiction.
Yes.
Of the working out and the really being in control of my eating, that there was the joy I thought I felt was really that girl that was trying to match what everyone else wanted me to look like. Do you know what I mean? Or what society wanted me to look like. And I was fighting that so hard that I lost myself in it. Like, I didn't know who I was. I was just like, oh, everybody's happy. And oh my gosh, I realized, like, when somebody loses weight or whatever, I never say like, oh, you look so good, because people were doing that to me, because that would make me feel like there was something wrong with me before, like the real person. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. And it's still, there is that little girl in me, that part of me that still can have that trigger where I'm like, okay, I want to be like everyone else. I want to feel good. And one thing I had was I was a gym all the time, and I don't like going to the gym right now, because it's like a self-conscious feeling of like, this isn't who I am. Like, I want to wear a sign that says, this isn't my body. And that is not healthy. That's part of the addiction, is to pleasing others, right? Like, or feeling like what I look like is not my light. And I totally see that, but it's hard to overcome that until you're ready.
I could not agree more. I could not agree more. And our mind likes to say, whose is better? This is what it's like. I was in the Southern United States working in a job that was so misaligned after I retired. I'm going to write about it in the book. And I couldn't walk by a mirror without just loathing myself. We'd go to the gym and I was thinking, oh, I'm done playing hockey now. Screw my legs. I've always had a skinny upper body. I need to get big and I need to get jacked. I need to finally be like this masculine, dominant looking guy, not just the quadzilla, that's it, and skinny arms. And I'm like, what do you think happened? I overcompensated. I tried to do too much too soon. I got the worst tendinopathy in my elbows. I couldn't do anything like a push-up. I tried to work my way back. I tried therapy. I tried everything. And it persisted for 2 years. 2 years. And the only time I just one day realized it was gone, because it was stored emotional trauma of me worried about what I look like. I'm this giraffe. I've always hated my body. I'm too narrow. Like, everybody's like, you're this specimen. You play in the NHL. It's like, no, I'm not, dude. The guys I fight are way bigger than me. I was always terrified of them. And now I did all this physical therapy, all these things, eating. It all changed when I had my spiritual breakthroughs. They just fell away. I was like, oh my God, I can do push-ups again. What the fuck? Like, it's so crazy how these things are stored emotional blockages that manifest physically. And I totally resonate with you in my own way of walking around the gym being like, this isn't who I am. I'm masculine. I'm dominant. I played in the NHL. I'm a fighter. I'm not a noodle. I'm not like, it's my own version of it. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's like looking in the mirror now. If I am eating well, so if I'm eating healthy foods and water, and I look in the mirror, it's my eyes I look at, and I can connect with that. Like when I'm feeling really good, it's like I feel like I look good. Like when I look in the mirror, I see my eyes are so clear and so, you know, connected that it's like I remind myself, okay, I'm still there. You know what I mean? But it is hard when you've gained quite a bit of weight over a short period. It's like it changes who you look, and it's like you're trying, I think the ego is trying to find you, and it's trying to make everything wrong, right? And if you're in that centered space, you do look at yourself different. So it does show that, what is that called when you look at yourself, and I'm trying to think of the word, where you don't see yourself. Anorexia, they a lot of times they see that.
Body dysmorphia.
Yes, I totally get that, because that's where I feel like it's like, because sometimes I can look and I feel like I look fine and I haven't changed any weight. So you know that that's there. And even more so when you've gained weight. But
I think the people who we would say have these like perfect bodies, whatever, they have the worst dysmorphia out of most of us. I guarantee. We all go through this. Like, it's like when people talk about like trans and stuff, and like how like, oh, they're not, it's like, you've had your own body dysmorphia. Okay. They feel like they're literally born in a different body. Have some compassion. We've all gone through this in our own way. We're all conditioned by the same society. So I feel this, Shar. Like, that is a beautiful reflection, though, that you look in the mirror and you are working on your subconscious mind and working on these habits and being more aware to go, just look into the eyes, the window to the soul. I'm here. Shari's soul flow is here. This Meat Monkey spacesuit has never been me. It has ramifications it's dealt with because of the life I've lived. This is what I like to think of it as, like, you know, life's like a bowling alley. What you know, I don't do the spin and everything. I tried to throw it straight down to hit a strike. Straight, the middle is the middle way. That's the peaceful way. But the ball can get out of alignment, and if it hits the bumpers, like put the bumpers up for the kids. For me, those bumpers had razor blades on them, and when I got really far off and hit those razor blades, I would run and try to, my bowling ball would go to the other side. I would go past the middle way to the bipolar, and I would run into these things, and it would break down my wrist. It would break down my mind. But it's all of it is trying to just push us back to that middle. So you just had coping mechanisms that have kept you alive, kept you in this fight, kept you going. And now it's like, okay, I have the awareness. This is why I have this. This is why I've dealt with this. This is something that was needed for me. This Meat Monkey spacesuit is perfect the way it is for my journey now. But my God, is it easy to say that, Shari? Believe me, I know.
Well, and when you just said what you said, and we've chatted before about this, you know, when I was younger, they thought, you know, I went in the hospital with mental, like bipolar, right? And then I figured out that if I slept well, ate well, you know, I kind of figured that out. However, not the eat well, it was more the drinking, you know, in the like early 20s. I figured out that was really hard on me. But the food was very much, you just reminded me of that. It was like a fear if I got too light, in the sense of eating really healthy, in that I would start to feel that light, which is the light, I believe for you too, like for all of us, that how it's when the light starts coming in, there's an awakening aspect, and we can get that high. And I used food to bring that grounding down, you know, try to feel heavier in a sense.
Yeah.
So you just of that when I was younger, when I lost the weight that one time, it was scary, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose, like I'm gonna go too far and the chemical balance will go off, and then I won't be, and so then I would eat, right? Except for that one time where I went 5 years. In my life, it's always been, and so it's almost like a buffer it's become.
Yes, it's ballast, it's that anchor. I love the story from Ramakrishna. One of the famous saints in the late 1800s in India. His wife, was said to him, like, why do you love food so much? Like, you seem like just crazy when we bring the food out. And it's like, aren't you this like high kind of thing? And he's like, he looked at her and said, the day that I am not interested in the food, I'll be gone in 3 days. Because it was his way of grounding his body. He was so off in the love and light that he was ready to just float out of his body. But he had the calling, whatever, to be in his body a certain amount of time. One day she brought the food out. He didn't even look at her. And she ran and told all the other disciples, he's gone in 3 days. He died of throat cancer 3 days later.
Wow.
So, and they said, Ramakrishna Rasa, you can heal yourself. We know you have the power. He's like, you don't get it. I don't choose. I don't choose. You don't get to choose what the love and light does. I am the love and light. You know what I mean? That's what the base I'm translating for how we speak about it. I don't choose that I can just heal this thing. It's what is meant to be. I'm in bliss. They're like, no, you're in pain. He's like, no, I'm in bliss. It was my time. And he's gone at like 50 years old. And they're just like trying to figure this out. But that has always stuck with me of like, he used that to ground himself. And
yeah,
when I've been eating this fruit and on my journey, I've had times where I'm on my juice fast. I felt like I was on mushrooms when I was not even eating any food. I felt like I was eating mushrooms. I was so light, but then my body would crave grounding and I'd rush back because that's where safety was. That's where, oh, I know what this feels like to be full and stuffed.
right.
Oh, this is familiar. You know why? Because when I was a child, we went to my grandparents. My granny in her Scottish accent went, that boy's got 2 fucking hollow legs. Because I would just eat, and they loved it. And they loved making the food with so much love. And I felt so much love. And now I come to learn, when you eat that much food, it literally physically regulates your vagus nerve and makes you feel calmer. But we can do that through meditation. We don't have to kill our bodies and load it up with foods that are dense and heavy just to feel our vagus nerve regulated. So you start to unpack these things and see, I was just doing this to feel safe. You were just doing that to ground. It felt safer for you.
Yeah. And you know what? The Indians, the tribal women that were kind of in that sense ahead of the tribe, besides the leader, they had the same concept of what that they would feed them, and they would usually be bigger to hold the whole village, like be the mother of the whole village. And so when you said that, it reminded me, I've heard that and it resonates with me. And I had a grandma that was a really good cook, baker, did everything. And she was my size in her later years. And now, and I've always wondered, you know, is it hereditary or whatever? But she was so unconditional with her love that she was holding energy all the time for everyone. And she would do crafts and she was just so loving. So I'm like, okay, I know that I have that aspect of her, and you know, genetically probably there's definitely things there, but the food made her happy. Like it was like joy to her. And
that's it. Doesn't matter. Your me monkey spacer doesn't have to be any way. It's how are you feeling? Are you at peace? Are you attached to your body? Are you attached to your vices? Are you attached to your past? That's the only, it doesn't matter what you look like, what you do, it's how you feel.
Exactly.
So if you feel misaligned, you're going to be told by your intuition, by your awareness work. And then you don't look at others and go, well, she did that, so that's my journey. It's like, no, we are on our own journey. That has to be found out for your own journey.
Yeah. And I see that this last month, I got my inflammation, and I think I've mentioned but that my insulin levels, I got blood work done, and through naturopaths, they'll do a fasting blood test, and it shows then if your insulin is high. So my glucose is great because I don't eat a lot of sugar. And when I eat sugar, I was getting pain. So I really wasn't eating it the last couple months. And so basically my body is all out of whack from the stress of this last year with my mom's dementia and just different things going on, that it's caused everything to go out of whack and my inflammation go out way high. So when I eat sugar, it makes me pain. So I don't want to eat sugar. So obviously I can feel my feelings and change things, but that doesn't mean there's still not the brain going of, I really want this, or I want that, you know, at different times. And if I'm feeling bad enough about life, I can override my pain and eat something. And I realized that recently, like what do you call it? I'm in the moment. I can totally mess up, right? Even though I know tomorrow morning I'm going to hurt, or I'm going to not feel good and not be as light filled. So when listening to that, this morning's talk was good. And then the video that's where it's definitely, we can call it a disorder. I'm fine calling it a disorder. There's something in me that, obviously I can say it's hard to lose weight when your insulin is so high, so I can have an excuse, but really the whole objective is to feel good.
Yes.
And I feel good with this insulin high. I feel fatigue. I feel pain. I feel like it's telling me all these things. And so, yeah, so that's where I'm at this crossroads. But like I was saying this morning, it's interesting. We talked yesterday a little bit about whatever we were talking. It was about the food. And then all of a sudden I had a client that's a menopause trainer.
Yeah.
And had a cousin invite me to do, which is focused on fruit, which I thought was interesting. Fruit as half your meal.
Mm-hmm.
And having a plate that's half of what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
So training yourself to just take off. You could eat a lasagna, but you eat half of it, right? But you have to have the fruit and the water. So it was like this miracle of people coming in to support the change I'm wanting to do. And then to have you share that video today. So it's kind of like
poke, 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 wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, Shari, we're talking to you. That's what the Love and Light's doing. That's what you're doing to yourself, your higher version of yourself. I've seen that exactly what you talked about, that how to taper down your food and eating like that. I've seen that protocol. I shared in the group the other day, there's this amazing mother-daughter duo that eat raw, but they say for transitioning, you kind of do raw till 4, and then they have a big grounding meal at night. Like, you have to go slow. And I know you mentioned in the past that you tried to go off less meat and stuff, but you probably did it too fast and the body freaks out. And then people go, oh, that's not good. I tried that. And it's like, well, no, you may have not understood it properly or gone too fast, because the body is so conditioned, just like our mind, to what it's been being fed. So you got to go slow. It's a gradual progression, but we're in pain, we're in suffering, we're feeling these winks of the universe, and we're like, I'm just going to dive in. And sometimes that can backfire, but what's for us can't miss us. It's all data collection to now. This lady comes in, boom, synchronicities. You're like, okay, I have some community. I can go slow. There's no destination to get to. Let's just listen to my body. Listen to what I'm feeling. You are the expert.
Thank you. Well, and thank you for this community and having, I was so excited when I saw the chat for the food, because I was like, okay, maybe I can support there. Because I really right now, I've done program like Weight Watch or those kind of things, but there's just nothing I'm interested in. And really it comes down to just sharing like you do,
That's it. And look at Dana look at you're inspiring from Dana. Dana was driving and listening. He pulled over to say this. I pulled over to say that this resonates with me. When I looked in the mirror, I was like, I am not a fat guy. I'm an incredible fat guy. I am incredible. Fat guys can't be great firefighters, so I must not really be fat. Knowing in my subconscious, honest health, I was unhealthy. So he's typing fast because he's on the side of the road, whatever. We get what you're saying, man. I know you've shared in the past about being like the guy at the fire hall that looked different than everybody else, but you had to work twice as hard to prove and, bat away those sneers from people and those ego judgments. But dude, sounds like you were incredible at what you did. And I think you did share too, Dana, that in the past, that was a narrative you were telling yourself, that I think you literally said, I'm going to be the fat firefighter and be better than everybody else. It was like that, your ego even hooked in. And this is why we just try to love people. The second you go, hey man, you shouldn't be fat as a firefighter. What did your ego dug in the other way. And now you're able to reflect and retire and be like, yeah, that was another story. Now I eat better. I feel better. It's how it works. It's these subconscious things, but that's why we always have to meet people with hey, love and light, not judgment. And we can only do that if we've met ourselves in that, so that you cannot tell a human being what to do. They just dig their fucking heels in, man.
Exactly. And that's where the ego is. And when you just said the love and light, I truly believe, and I know that you get this, Gabriel, because you feel it, is when you allow just the love and light to love you and let people around you that believe in that too, then love and light, it literally, I feel, can carry you. Oh. You can be overweight and be the most healthy person in the room, or you can be thin, eating the fruit and just eating fruit and totally be healthy on everything. And because light is really what's running the show. And it's when we get mixed up in our thinking, I believe, the ego, the story, that it lowers that. Not that we're lowered, we're still love and light, but it lowers how it's working in this, dimension, I guess you'd call it. In this
Yes. It's like what's the game where you have the tube and you put the sticks in and then the marbles and you pull the sticks out and the marbles fall down?
Yeah. I used to play that. Yes. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name.
We're like that, but reverse it. We're going up. The marbles are us trying to push up all on these sticks, and we're just doing the work and supporting each other and taking one out at a time, one more out at a time. It's like those marbles are balloons trying to rise. That's Michael Singer's Untethered Soul. Our soul is this hot air balloon. It's always trying to rise. We are the ones tethering it down. So we're just supporting each other. Exactly. There are gurus who are enormous. There are gurus who drank a glass of milk a day for 20 years. There's people who don't eat. There's people who do eat. I remember I went to one of my Kriya Yoga retreats or whatever get-togethers, and one of the really senior monks, I got him, or Swami, I got him on the side while we were about to eat. And I'm like, why the hell are some of them so big and one of them so skinny? Like, what do I do? And he's like, they're not attached to their body. Like, they genuinely aren't attached to it. And, you know, this one other guru said that the body is just a mill of shit. No matter what you put in, poop comes out. Doesn't matter. It might be fruity poop, might be whatever poop. It's poop.
Yeah.
And my brain hijacked that to go, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Then I could just eat whatever the fuck I want. You should wait till the binges the binges I've been on, 12 donuts, 4 like, it's insane what my ego would run to try to justify things. But it's like, we just are trying to get out of the way and let the body do what it needs to do. It'll fall into its natural rhythm that it's supposed to live in this life. Whether you're the wisdom keeper matriarch, whether you're the warrior, whether you're the mother that is eating vegan now, it doesn't matter. Just get out of the way and stop choosing and let it choose you. That's where I've personally found the peace in a lot of the studying, is that we just got to get out of the way and let what happens happen. So we're just resisting it, letting it happen.
Yeah, and I realize that the ego, we have to remember that the ego's good. It's helping us stay alive in this time frame. But it also believes that it doesn't want, I believe this, it wants us to sit on the couch and do nothing and just eat, because we won't die that way. Like, it believes we won't die. But if we like really do these new things, something might happen. And I feel like it also holds every memory.
Yep.
Every person that said, oh, you look so good. So that really was detrimental to, I look back at it when I was thin that 5 years, and how many people said how amazing. My aunt cried when she saw me for the first time, because I'd always been a little bit overweight my whole life. And she was like, oh my gosh, I've always waited for you to like she said these things, and that holds in there as a truth. That's not true. Like, that's the awareness. We got to get a hold of those thoughts and realize that we can shift that. We can remember that we are the light, and that all of those comments were that person projecting what's going on with them and their feelings about it.
Anything that's ever been said to us couldn't be less about us. Michael Singer always says, if take all the things people have said to you, good or bad, what if they said them in Chinese and you speak only English? Would you care? They're just sounds. They're just vibrations made in their vocal cords that you give meaning to through our conditioning. That means that we can become aware of it and do the opposite. And let me tell you, the opposite goes way quicker. That's what's so beautiful about this path. And the Christian would say, you take one step toward God, God takes infinite amount of steps towards you. We want to talk about just the love and light. It's like the love and light is just begging for us. I never understood the finger in the chapel, the Vatican, where God's finger's straight and the other person, Michael, whatever, his finger's bent. All we got to do is this. All we got to do is this. And we do it in community. We do it with helping each other. And your positive thoughts are infinitely more powerful than negative ones. You think a negative thought? Great. You think a positive one, it's worth like 1,000 negatives. Like, you can rewire this way faster than you think. Truly.
Yeah, and you just made me think of the contraction and expansion. The contraction is those negative thoughts. That's when everything kind of closes in. And when we can think a better thought, a different thought. And I love like thinking about my patterns, and that I can just shift a part of the pattern. And like you say, everything can come towards me in a better way. But you have to be aware. And that's what I feel like this group, and it's only been, what have I only been in here for a month? Maybe, I don't know, 6 weeks. And I feel so much shifting in my life. And I'm not even necessarily doing exactly thing. It's just, I'm looking at life differently. And I'm definitely doing the meditations every day. That's been amazing. And then the manifestation work, reminding me, because I've done that for years, but I haven't been doing it the last few years. And so it's like bringing that back in to just really have those affirmations, have the awareness. So Now the food. Now, when I first came in, that was one of the first things you mentioned, like when we, mentioned that chat, and I went in there, but I wasn't even ready then, and that's only a month ago.
So beautiful, Shari. It's so beautiful. My goodness.
So thank you. Namaste.
Oh, thank you.
You and this community, everyone that I've talked to in here has brought something for sure. So, and I can't forget the gratitude list. And I don't do my gratitudes every day. I think them, but I need to start posting them. But I do read everyone's because it's so inspiring.
Right? It's so inspiring. I love reading everybody's I love every part of it. But then somebody who you can tell has been reading for like 3 weeks pops in, like Tommy Yo the other day, and has this beautiful, it's just like, oh God, it hits you in the feels. But here, before you go, let's tap into what Lorianne's sharing here. She's going, I don't understand why some people feel the need to comment on people's weights. He says, people judge others to make them feel better about themselves. Lorianne says, my daughter has an incredibly fast metabolism. She eats a lot, but never gains weight. People call her anorexic all the time. Oh, Laura, I get that. It's awful. Sending her love. Dana, yes, it's hard. It was an excuse for mine, but it was more like a fuck you, then I'm fine. Oh, that was back to Dana's thing. So in your mind, and I think, Connor kind of answered it, people judge others to make themselves feel better about themselves. Like, it's all it is. It has nothing to do with your daughter, right? It has nothing to do when people come on me and they're like, damn, Gabe, you look different. At the beginning, I was like, you probably shouldn't say that. Now I'm like, yeah. Get the wish. I wish I had your issues. Yeah, of course. That's how it is. It's just, that's what it is. And we've all been there. Sure. Like, I'll be honest. I was unintentionally homophobic, but when I was younger, I'm going to be straight up honest with you, I was extremely fat phobic because I was so scared of myself. I was trying to be big and jacked. It's like, whoa, well, there's something wrong with them. It did make me feel better about myself. It made me feel okay for not being this jacked dude that I wanted to be. It's literally just, you're hurting. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's total. It is from the pain, but it goes back to patterns in childhood. So like everyone, probably the dysfunction in my family, my dad drinking and my mom, not handling that very well, created, that was where the pain started. Right. And then every time that there's pain, whether it's grief or loss or whatever it is, and that's what I look at, and we can blame menopause because that does make it harder for us to lose, and we do start to gain weight, but it's also life, right? Like going through something and then you go back to your coping way and then you gain some. That's what's happened to me. I broke up with somebody that I was engaged to, was with 6 years, and I lost not just him, I lost 3 kids that were part. So there was a huge emptiness and then loneliness. And so I'm just being honest, I guess, and vulnerable, that it just created this vacuum of the ego to come in thinking it's saving me, and to come in with, you're going to still keep your business going. You're going to keep all this, but we are going to keep you grounded and safe. That it's not safe in the true word, but that's what it felt coming home alone. So
that's what it was programming. You felt this hole ripped out of you. You had to fill it with something. It's the change of addicts on the street. I think it's happened in other countries now, but decriminalizing the drug. It's like, we know you're hurting, bud. You don't have to go in the back alley to shoot up the fentanyl. Do it right here in front of me because I know you need it, or you're going to fucking die. You're going to withdraw. You don't have anything else right now. I want you to do it. That is a crazy thing to think about, but it's true. People go, oh, don't give homeless people money or they're going to go do drugs with it. That's what's keeping them alive.
Yeah.
We have to shift the narrative to data collection, not failure.
Yeah. And to really feel like we have, just to mention that in Seattle, we have a lot of homeless, but I worked with somebody, or was trying to work with them. I was going to do Reiki with the homeless. And she said that the problem is we keep moving. The fentanyl is like, they have the dealers are in the encampments, right? But she said, I see the problem is that we keep moving them and making them move, and their wound is from not having a home and leaving their home, and then they make all their friends in their community, and then you rip that away again. How are they going to ever recover? And that's why she's like, we go in and we try to befriend them, but it can take us a year of being in that encampment to get their trust. And it just breaks your heart, because it's the states and the city here don't get that. They're like, the people around the neighborhoods don't want them there, and so they just keep pushing them out. And it just reminds me of all of I have so much empathy, because I can feel that of, the wounds being ripped open.
You're nailing it. Were you on the stream when we talked about Finland resolved their homelessness issue?
No.
They literally already fixed it. They're doing exactly what you said. The Finnish government, they're the happiest country in the world. I know people there, they said it's not all perfect. Like nothing is always perfect. But they literally did what you just said, Shari. Why are you feeling more at home to start looking into yourself? Because you're feeling a little safer in the community of love and light. It's giving you a little bit of like, okay, I'm safe here. Like there's a little bit of less fight or flight when we're here and chatting and stuff. It's like this little salve. It's like we come in to get a little injection of that, okay, safety. It's like the Finnish government went, exactly what you said. How can we expect people to pick up their bootstraps, get off drugs, and be committed members of society if they don't have a place to go home and feel safe?
Right.
They built the most cheap but affordable small little building units and just gave all the homeless people a house. Here you go. They're like, what? They're like, yep, that's your little cubby, your little mini home. You're safe. You have no matter what you do, you have a roof over your head. And they went, oh, they could shower. They could get cleaned up a little bit. And then they said, now you ready to start your life over? And they're like, yeah, I've always wanted to. I was terrified, traumatized, survival mode. And it's all gone away. They flipped the issue. So you can get into the elites. You can get into that they know this and they don't want it. They want the class differences. You can go down that, as we were talking about with Elena kind of in the AI and the love and the in the world not of it chat. But we know this. You cannot change anything until you get out of fight or flight.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And something to say about safety in your community. I want to share this because it took me a week or so to realize what you were doing in the WhatsApp chat with all the different chats. But when I realized it, I felt so much safe, even more safe, right? I realized that you've set them up that you can join meditation and you can share things, and it's about meditation and you're with the people meditating, or you can be in the gratitude group or the manifesting group, the food group, the hockey group. Like the way you set that up was genius to me. Like at first I was overwhelmed. Like, why is there so many chats? Like, but it really creates that. And I'm still, as you know, it's hard for me to share. I have still that talk in the back of my head of being too much or whatever, but I'm starting to learn where to share. And, the people that are answering it, I'm connecting with. So it's just a beautiful way to keep people safe and feeling like they can just be themselves in whichever group, or be in the big open group and say things too. So I commend you for how you set up your community.
Namaste. Namaste. We are one. I accept that in duality in my Meat Monkey spacesuit. And it's the love and light working through the stubbornness of this Meat Monkey spacesuit. You have to have a certain level of stubbornness, I think, in narcissism to play pro sports. And when that love and light's flowing through this cookie cutter shape, me and Ben even has to pump me sometimes, because last night on meditation, I get going. It's like, just be what you feel and let everybody be where they're at. You cannot, if I was told one thing in the past, I'm done. I'm not talking to you. You have to let me figure it out. So it's just, I keep trying to lean into that. The love and light keeps just pushing that through, because we're not doing anything. We're all not doing anything. We all are just trying to help ourselves. And that sounds so paradoxically selfish, but it's not, because we're all one. That's what's so crazy about it. The Christian tradition in the Western culture says, sacrifice, Mother Teresa, give, work yourself to the bone. Just never fill your own cup. It's like, Mother Teresa was enlightened as fuck and overflowing with joy. She could work 16-hour days kissing the lepers because she was just in bliss. The love and light was just pouring through her. She wasn't doing anything. You could have asked her, I'm not doing this. fuck, you think I'm doing this? I'm not doing this. This is God, whatever. She's Catholic. That's how this works. You don't do anything to help anyone. All you do is work on yourself. And that is the healing of the world. It's the most freeing thing. And Shari Soulflow, you are doing that work. And I honor you and I see you. And you have injected so much love and light into this community. You are channeling it so much. And I want you to know that, be kind to yourself, and know that the more you're leaning in, you're always going to get more back. It's crazy how it comes back infinitely more when we give.
Well, thank you so much. And I want to tell everyone that's in the community, or if you want to join the community, the Reiki meditations, I'm loving them. Like every time I do them, whether there's one person or multiple people in it, it's just amazing to hold space for everyone. And it's very relaxing. If you don't even meditate, you can come and just sit in the space and just feel the light, and you'll feel better when you leave.
And literally people for at different points in the path, like it would have been so beneficial for me to get on one of these like 2-3 years ago, just to hear what you say back, because we've done it twice. You did one with just you and me, and then with Erica and Lorianne, we did 3. You always say things that resonate. So like, you know, different people beliefs of different things. I've seen too much to not know these things now. I resonated with what you said, and it was very similar to what somebody else when I did Reiki with said. So it starts to inform you a little bit, little cracks of like, wow, this is like, this woo stuff ain't so woo. Like it really isn't.
It's not. And really, whoever's in the room is in the room for a reason. They were guided there. And whatever comes up through me to share, I know is going to be for someone, right? Or for the person I'm sharing it with. So it's definitely not scary. I never make it scary. It's more like just meeting you with maybe like just you try meditating and you'll feel better. You know, that might be the message, like the meditation is where you're at, or, you know, as something I'm feeling in your body. But it's
literally like people, you sit and meditate. It's like somebody plugged you in. Like when you meditate, sometimes it gets negative thoughts. When I've done this with Shari, it's like she plugged into my consciousness, and then her energy just upticked some of the things going on in my head. And I was just watching more movies in there because she was in there feeling around with their energy. It was really interesting. And I don't know, everybody experiences it differently. I'm not a very like a vision type person. I just kind of sit back and watching, but at different people, different paths. My mom has full on movies in her head. I feel like women are so intuitive and witchy, and it's like cool to listen to. I was just sitting there when we did it. I'm like, I'm just at peace, but if all this is going on, great. So people, get into that chat. It's very, very fun, very intriguing. And I've had a bunch of stuff going on because stuff's starting to really get busy over here. But I look forward to doing that again with you. And thank you so much for joining. This was, I already knew this was going to be a lovely hour something chat. So thank you so much. You are a beautiful, beautiful expression of the love and light.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. And thank you everyone for supporting.
You are so welcome. I'm going to get clippers too soon that we're going to clip up all these streams. We're going to pump out clips of everybody talking and sharing the love. It's going to be so cool. So thank you so much, Shari. We will mosey on the rest of the stream. I know you'll be hanging around. I appreciate you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Namaste. Namaste. We are one fellow waves. Shari Soul Flow. You kidding me? God darn. Okay, let me just scrape the bottom of this thing real quick. And we got some comments to get to. Okay. Enough. Good enough. Okay. So yeah, I want to get back to Lorianne here. Does that resonate at all, Lorianne, with what we said about why people comment on weight and comment these things? Like it's literally them. Like I literally, I'm getting better at this every day. I even do it with the dog now. It's like what I posted on that when I shared that story about Michael Singer of the Saint saying, "Don't you just love when people yell at you? There's so much energy." It's like when Piper's barking at me now. Throw my stick, throw my stick, throw my stick. I'm literally just like, all I'm hearing is, I'm a little puppy pipey and I want to play with my big brother and I just want to be loved and I want to be this. I'm a mini Aussie shepherd and I really am not supposed to be a pet in a house. I'm supposed to live on an Australian ranch and chase cows all day and get kicked in the head. And I love it because I'm a fucking shepherd. Like, that's all I'm hearing now. You start to tune your mind. So someone says, what did I have a guy say? A guy DM me. Oh, I had so many, when I went through my, if you were following when I did my juice fast, I was looking like a skeleton. I was so thin, right? I went down to like 155 pounds. And my mom thought I was dying. She was freaking out, calling everybody in her life, thinking I was going to kill myself, all this stuff. I'm like, Mom, I'm literally cleansing all the blockages. She gets it more now. But people would comment like, dude, you look bad. Like, take care of yourself. I got better at it was perfect opportunity to go. They're literally just caring. I hear, dude, are you okay? Like, you look so thin. You don't look healthy. All I was hearing was, dude, I care about you. I love you. I'm worried. And what they're worried about is they're worried about how it would make them feel if they didn't say anything and then I died. If they didn't do their part, or at least I said my part. Every human behavior, unless you're some enlightened fucking master, is crying out for love pretty much. Me too. When Pipey pisses me off, when my mom says a comment where she used to judge me as a kid and I feel like I'm not as efficient at something or as good as I should be, and she makes a comment, we talked about it last night. She interrupted me and said something and I said, ooh, I need a minute. That triggered me. Because what comes up for me is like, oh, I'm not good enough for my mommy. I'm not going to be safe. And it's all these patterns. I mean, I was breastfed by her. If she didn't like me, I didn't get food. I died. That's the programming. So I had to please my mommy. So when I hear a little twinge of judgment, whoa, it's all programmed like this. It's all programmed. So somebody judges your daughter, Lorianne, they're literally so blocked up in their own shit that they feel the need to comment awful things. We just got to keep returning to the same things to remind ourselves of this. This is why we watched that Rupert Spirit video where he said, we're all the whole, the love and light. Love and light puts itself into its own dream as Lorianne, as Curtis, as Gabriel, as Lori, Sherry, as Erica. The love and light puts itself into a human body, and then it forgets itself on purpose. That's the point of playing the game. So then it tries to get things to complete itself or push away things to keep itself safe. That's all we're doing. So that person commenting on your daughter's weight is just going, something about you makes me fearful of my own shit, and I'm going to lash out to make myself feel better. They don't know they're doing it. Dana was going back to what he shared about what you shared so vulnerably, Dana. You said, yeah, it's hard, but it was an excuse for me. Mine was more like a fuck, I'm fine. We all reason these stories in our own head, what works in accordance to our issues. Get the wish I had your issues. Yep. Mm-hmm. Sharzy, as my favorite line to pull out for jury duty is, I'm not Judge Judy and I'm not Jesus. I can't be on this panel. Hey, yeah. Nobody wants to have to do that, but it makes sense. Like, you don't have your own issues. Exactly. Sharzy said to Dana, without these meals together, do you really grow as a unit though? It's hard to individualize yourself and grow as an industry. And there's a lot of camaraderie. You can kind of isolate yourself if you're not. I see what you're saying, Sharzy. It's like being on a hockey team and not drinking. That can cause friction. Shari is lovely. Yes, she is. What a lovely chat. Namaste, Sharzy, brother. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks, Erica. Always amazing when you're there. Erica, after June 6th, I could maybe give you a session. Flip it around. You can be on the receiving end. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? When you let the love and light work through you and offer something, isn't it funny how it finds its way back to you? It may take longer, and some people can go, you know what, I gave and I gave and I gave and I should be receiving something. Well, that's why you're not, is because you have an expectation. When you truly give, you will never be a poor man, a poor woman. Osho talks about that. He's like, when you truly when you give, you get it back fourfold or minimum. I'm leaning into that more and more. Man, I'm full transparent. I would show it. I got to be careful sometimes I don't overshare because it can jar people. But like, I am all in with the love and light. Let me tell you, I am not making decisions anymore. I'll document it all eventually and show it all, but like putting everything into this because there's nothing that can go wrong. There is nothing that can go wrong with this whole love and light movement, because it's so good. Listen to this analogy, okay? Muji said this. We're all climbing this ladder, right? We're all climbing this ladder. We got to climb towards the love and light. We got to climb away from our inner child. We got to do the healing. We got to climb the ladder. We're getting somewhere. You already are the destination you're climbing to. Right now. And now. And now. And now. That's what we're here to remember. Collective memorial, collective remembrance. You are not climbing anywhere, anyone. We are not climbing anywhere. You are not at the bottom of Mount Everest, and if you climb to the top, you're going to be happy. You are the fucking mountain. You're the air, you're the Sherpas, you're the goats, you're the path, you're the snow leopard hunting the deer. You're everything on that mountain. You're not something climbing it. So what's going to happen? We put all this into letting the love and light work through. Oh my gosh. Nobody wants to buy my book. Nobody wants to buy the course. Nobody wants to get involved in the love and light more. Okay. I just put my hand up and go, I took my shot on the love and light's behalf. What's next for me? Because clearly that wasn't for me. What am I going to work in a non-for-profit? Am I going to go move to some other country and work on houses for free? Am I going to go stay in Hawaii for 6 months with Jack Whalen, who's a fruitarian who sleeps on the beach in a stick hut and works at a raw fruit farm and restaurant? I'll go do that. I mean, it doesn't matter what I do because I am the love and light. It doesn't matter. We already are what we're climbing to. But we have to do the work to wash off the diamond of all that mud, of all that conditioning, of all that food soothing, of all that drinking to make ourselves feel better. We got to wash it off so that we can see ourselves in the reflection of that diamond. We live in that reflection. We're all here. Shari, you keep scrubbing that diamond until you realize you've never scrubbed the diamond or had to scrub the diamond. Gabriel keeps scrubbing that diamond until you realize you do not have to do that. Rumi Rockford over there, Sherzi, just you keep doing whatever you're doing over there until you realize you don't have to. That's all we're doing here to remember. It's so beautiful. Oh. We can have a Reiki Light share group. Absolutely you can. Oh, Kristen's in the house. She couldn't make it last night because she's working nights. Kristen, all the love and light to you, girl. Working nights, I mean, that'll fuck up your meat monkey spacesuit. As an athlete, I couldn't imagine that in my lived experience. Sleep has been always so important to me. My gosh, with the amount of head trauma I've had, if I didn't get good sleep all this time, my brain would have ate itself probably by now. So I hope you're feeling okay in your meat monkey spacesuit. I hope you're in a good place. I'm so happy you're joining us tonight. She says, just trying to interpret and understand the shit day I had. So I'm sorry I'm down and quiet. Just listening to all the love and light here is already helping. Oh, girl. I feel that, girl. Feel that. This is how we learn in stories. This is how we resonate with stories. You just shared vulnerably. It just triggered in me again. I love sharing this. Playing with Isaac Ratcliffe, second round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers, first round pick. Big time prospect, playing in Lehigh Valley with each other. He sits next to me in the room. We played on a line a lot this year. He comes in one day with a new tattoo. And it's a little circle on his wrist. And it's a happy face, 2 eyes, smile. And it says, no bad days. I was so fucking miserable. That point was the most wait till you read in my book how I got out of that depression. I thought I was cooked. I thought I was a done turkey, never coming back from it. And I would sit next to him and look at that. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What do you mean no bad days? That's such pie in the sky bullshit. There's always bad days. That's what life is. And he's like, no bad days, Gaber. Now, we never got in super spiritual. I don't know where he was at in his journey, but something was resonating with him. And that triggered me so hard because I was raised, you are born. Good things can happen. Bad things can happen. Good days, bad days, happiness, suffering, more suffering, good food, shit food. Make a team, get cut from a team, whatever. It's just, you got to take with the bad with the good with the bad. And then I heard I heard Mickey A. Singer say, the greatest influence in my journey, letting the love and light flow through him, sharing his journey. When he said in one of his lectures, you'll know you're getting somewheres when you cease to think there's such a thing as a bad day. And I went, what the fuck, dude? What are you smoking? That is crazy. But because I was suffering, because I'd been down this journey, I was desperate. And I felt his energy. I felt it through his books, through his lectures. I went and saw him in person. I felt the energy this close to him. And I had faith in that. It was either believe and have faith in the fear, or believe this smiling, white-haired, white mustache, ponytailed man. That whenever he smiled, part of my heart cracked. And I just went, oh my God. He knows. And he's not even saying he knows. He's saying the love and light's doing it through him. And I didn't get that either. That didn't make no fucking sense. Dude, you kidding me? You built this temple. You did this. You did this. Where did I come from? I made the NHL. I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. He modeled it. I couldn't miss it. I couldn't miss it. Once I saw it, it just... So, girl, if you feel this way, that's exactly where you're supposed to be, Kristen. Just trying to interpret and understand all the shit you had in this day. It's exactly where you're supposed to be. That is data collection. It is literally love and light packaged in a shit sandwich that you just believe is shit sandwich right now. And that's okay. That is okay. It's exactly what you're supposed to think right now. Excuse me. But if you hang around the love and light and a community of people that will never judge you, that you always feel safe in, always feel validated in, it just starts to ooze into you. It just starts to, you can't help but pick it up. We are the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Fucking find people who know this is all love and light. That's what I did. Who were my people? Michael Singer, Ram Dass, Yogananda. I had fucking 500 I studied, right? Like, I just lived with them through their books, through their stories. Everybody's journey is different. Sherzy, I love how I missed a day for the data entry on meditation group, but didn't miss a day of meditation. That's it, baby. It don't matter. It don't matter whether you really log that in the meditation streaks. It's for your own accountability, where you can be in something to talk about with it. At the end of the day, Chris Swick missed it too, but he still meditated. It doesn't matter. Amen, brother. We know you've meditated for like 2 years straight. I think you've said now. Just, you always take time in the day to have some silence. Shari says, so glad you're here. Sending you love and light, says Shari to Kristen. Amen. Thank you so much, Shari. Appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks, Chris. Amen. 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 So, I don't know. I don't think we've talked about this since Shari's been here. I think it was Corey Cooper who we really were getting into this one time. Because every once in a while, I got to restate this. It's like, I really think in our community, we should aspire to not thank the meat monkey spacesuit, to not thank the individual, because I really believe in my journey that reinforces the subconscious that we're separate. So I really like, I think Corey Cooper coined it, may the power of love and light know its may the love and light know its power in you. Or I like to say, thank you for channeling love and light my way. because it's you being a vessel of it, but it's not you doing the work. Does that make sense? Or I'd like to say, oh my God, thank you for the love and light. Thank you for letting the love and light play you like the most beautiful flute. I hear your music. I feel it. Because when we say, this is what I talked about with Ben the other night. Me and Ben have done that so many times and talked about it so many times that we look at each other and he goes, thank you. And I go, brother, thank you. And we've had like so many calls that end with, we just spoke to ourselves the whole time, didn't we? He's like, yep. Like, we know it's the love and light. We know it's not each other. So like, you're on that level, you can kind of say that, whatever. But I think in a community, I think it's so powerful. And it takes the pressure off all of us. We don't have to come in here and give love and light from ourselves, because you can't. You let it flow through you. You can only stop it. If you're letting it through, thank you for letting in that love and light. Because it's like giving the credit to the love and light, which is giving credit to all of us, not the individual. Anyway, that's my shtick. That's my path I share, because that's why why do you guys think I say namaste? It sounds so love and light filled. Namaste, we are one. It's to help everybody around me. Fuck no. It's for me. Because I am you. And every time I feel caught off guard, I meet somebody at the bus stop and they go, hey, and I go, oh, hey. And I go, oh, I didn't say my namaste. Then I go, take a breath. And sometimes they start talking, and sometimes I'll say it to myself if the conversation would be awkward if I did it. But then I try to just go, namaste, we are one. And I feel the cringe if it's someone who I think is going to not like it. Somebody wearing a cross around their neck's going to think, oh, this guy's woo, whatever. It's me constantly reprogramming every single detail, every second, every time I catch it, every time. It's the same way. I'm just applying what I did to make the NHL with not a lot of talent. Stick handling, details, stick handling, extra work, reps, over and over. It's going to be one of my books. I swear there'll be a book at some point that just says the reps and endo reps or whatever. Like, you start to parse different parts of the journey and really focus on specific parts to see who that resonates with. Like, we just all resonate with our conditioning. If something I say will hit differently than what Shari says, or what you say, we're all just data collecting. We're all just data collecting. Shari, this is exactly how I feel facilitating Reiki. It's just being a vessel for the light to move through. I really just stay open. Amen. Amen, girl. And I've seen you do it. I've felt you in there doing it. Dana, my favorite part of this group is it has let people who never would imagine I would meet, and having connections that I never knew I wanted or needed. Oh man. I'm not surprised anymore. I'm not fucking surprised anymore. I don't need any more signs. It's all a sign now. Dana, thank you for letting the love and light play through you, brother, and being vulnerable and sharing that. Shari Soulful says, Dana, that comment makes my night. Oh, gosh. Right? Oh. Dana, I literally had the love and light paint the picture in my head from day one of thinking like, okay, collective memoria, collective remembrance, what I've learned on my journey. Because people would say to me, like, who are you going to have in the group, or how would you run that community? And I said, no rules, no groups, like no, and limited amount of groups, but no barrier to enter or not be in any group. That's why in our Women of Love and Light group, the men are allowed to learn. In the men's group, the women are there. We are all welcome, because I could just feel with my lived experience, the love and light saying, like, you would have, remember I broke down in the stream? I would have, and I talked about this my mom the other night, I would have loved if my dad broke down and said he was going to kill himself. I know that's retrospectively, but I know who I was at 10. I've written the book. I've dived in. I would have thought, like, Dad, are you kidding me? You're the coolest guy in the world. We would have worked on it. We'd become closer. I knew that I needed the chat and the community that I would have needed. And what I would have needed to help me at 10 years old when my dad kills himself is to meet a fucking Dana. To be in a group where I'm 10 and there's not like this disclaimer, you got to be 18 to join this WhatsApp community, all this bullshit. Bull fucking shit. I want the 10-year-old who's struggling with his dad who just killed himself to be talking to 50-year-old, whatever you are, Dana, mid-50s, whatever you're, I can't remember, brother, 40s, 50s. That is a retired fire captain that's gone through his whole journey and is sharing vulnerably. That's what's needed. And then you need Sid Wayne, our 19-year-old from Toronto who came in. Then you need Tucker Harlan, who watched me when he's like 4 years old in Iowa. Now he's in grade 7 joining from Kentucky. He hasn't been here in a while, but he was. That's what's so powerful, is you truly see yourself in everyone, no matter where they're from. Elena in Germany, Shari in Seattle, like, who I bet you didn't expect, Dana, you and Erica from Toronto were talking about how you love whales and vibing out about your whale dreams, where Erica's in a fucking tank in her dream and you're out in the ocean going, I kind of just want to stay with the whales. Like, you know, like, so true what you just said, man. That came through, and that just, it has already manifested, obviously, but you saying that, Dana, just like, yeah, I felt it. The love and light put it in my head and went, yep, that's happening. Here we are. Brendan, too many words to describe this group's importance to myself, and I'm sure many others. Brother, so good to hear you typing in the chat, brother. We need you. We need you chatting in the chat, brother. We don't need you. We miss you. We love you. We want you in the chat. But you are right where you're supposed to be. Would love an update from you, brother. Anytime you want to, type a bunch in the chat, share in the WhatsApp. No pressure at all. We just love you. Absolutely, Brendan. Agreed. Look at that. Everybody's loving what you're saying. Lorianne, I felt lost and alone until this community. We are not alone. Oh my goodness, are we not? Lorianne for us, same, Lori. Oh. That's another one, Ram. All these things, you just, it's how this works. When Ram Dass said, in the song that inspired this community, maybe we'll finish it tonight. Maybe we'll play this. It's like a 12-minute song. Maybe we'll play this to finish and we'll just have a meditation together listening to this song, because this is our soundtrack, this Sitting Around the Fire from Ram Dass, and he says in it, you don't need loneliness when you couldn't possibly be alone. You've just forgotten. It's okay. You chose to forget. Fuck. So good. Oh, we had lots of people. Hey, Tommy Yo Music came in. Yes, brother. He must have been here when I shared that about him. He was in the Instagram. Amazing. We got Stimpy23223. Namaste, Stimpy. Says, you should consider getting behind the bench. ECHL or AHL players would benefit with you coaching. Namaste. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you. I appreciate that. But unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to do anything close to what I'm doing in that setting. It would not work. It'd be like oil and water. This is not conducive. I just did Daniel Carcillo's podcast recording today. This guy had a bit of his awakening when he was still playing. He said he was fighting people and just being like, what am I doing? I could not have come to some of these realizations and still fought people. You got to come to it when you're ready. Body Smith Sports Performance. Randy fucking Smith. Namaste, brother. You best believe I'm sharing your shake recipe in my book, brother. Oh, baby. People are going to... There's some parts of the book that I think... It's like writing an album in music where you think a certain couple songs will hit, but then for some reason, other stories or other songs hit more than you couldn't have imagined. I'm so curious to see what parts of the book really hook into people as far as the deep spiritual, not spiritual, but the suffering aspect, hockey, suffering, depression, all these things, anxiety, addiction, but like the funny things too. And like those unique things. Cause I think of people who have influenced me, right? Like Mickey Singer, all the unique little things he shares builds that like understanding of who he is. Matthew McConaughey with his Green Lights memoir, like the intimacy, the vulnerability he shared just made you feel like you knew him. And I can just ring off so many things from his memoir that just stuck with me, like him going to Africa, soul searching between one of his big movies, just off the grid, 6 hours from a road in the middle of fucking nowhere, Africa. And he's going tribe to tribe. And they're like, who the fuck is this white guy? They have no clue he's a superstar. And next thing he knows, he's being challenged in these like traditional wrestling matches. And he's just like, he has no choice in the matter but to do them. Like, wow. Hearing those things is what resonates and sticks with us, right? So I'm so curious to see what you all resonate with this book. Here we go. We got a share from Brendan. Been doing great recently after quite a data collection binge. I did have one too. The support I've received, my gosh, this community, the personal messages, I genuinely could have asked for more. Back with my sobriety, maintaining positivity, and focusing on my health to where I'm so confident in the future. Oh, brother. What a beautiful fucking share, man. Holy shit, dude. Brendan, I cannot emphasize enough. It took me so long to stick with meditation through data collection. I couldn't even do it when I was feeling good sometimes because I was too popping off the other way and hypomanic, like too positive. I've seen that change in you, brother. When you would go data collect before, you'd be gone. No meditation streaks, no checking in the community, no streams. Your recent data collections, you've been around more. Your streaks at what, like 20 or something in the WhatsApp community? Meditation, where's the group? Brendan's at 11 days. Dude, you kidding me? You're 11 days in through data collection off a data collection binge. It's fucking incredible. It's so hard to do that, man. That is the way. You're doing the work. Fuck me, people. Shout out Brendan Zenkowski. Fuck me. And come on, like people, Brendan reaches out to me on socials and his name's Brendan_Zen. I was like, this guy's ready. He's got it in his fucking name. Goes, the roller coaster was quite a ride, but the lessons learned are invaluable to me. Amen, brother. They are. That data collection, you're building the craziest, most intricate, beautiful spreadsheet. One day you're not even going to need it. Ice Hawk's assistant coaching job is open. Yeah, right, dude. Do you imagine I was Brett Seeney, the guy who snapped back my pass to my first NHL goal for face-off? He was my captain. I'm an assistant coach. That'd be wild. Shari, so glad you're here and I can feel your love and light. I'm glad you can too. So I'm assuming that was to Brendan Zenkowski. Amen. Rob ran the power play. I give you a huge tip. Just shoot the puck. Oh, God. Oh, Sherzy's always making those fucking connections. Just shoot the puck. Fuck off with that. Okay, do we have a joke here? Sherzy, tune in here. We got a joke on TikTok, I think. Namaste, John O. Fang 2.0. What a name. Okay, we are one. They say, where did Darth Maul get his sneakers from? I don't think I've ever gotten one of these like jokes that like is like a witty thing that you know the answer is going to be good and it's going to make sense and it's going to be corny or whatever. And I'm never able to guess these. Where did Darth Maul get his sneakers from? Sneakers. Darth Maul. I've never thought of Darth Maul's sneakers. He's always wearing black, like all black. You think they're boots. So where did he get his sneakers from? From the dark side. He's got that special lightsaber. I have no fucking clue, John O'Fang. I don't even think they're here. You can't come in and say that and then peace out. I'm going to search this. You cannot leave us hanging like that. Where did Darth Maul get his sneakers from? It came up online, shoes from, so this guy's adapted it maybe. Oh my God. See, I was close. The dark side. Everybody, where did he get his sneakers from? The Darth Maul. Where did Darth Maul get his sneakers from? The Darth Mall, as in like mall, shopping mall. Ooh. Fucking punchline. Dad joke. Jesus. Shoe mall. Yeah, Dana was on it. Dana. Sherzy's loving it. Stupid dad joke. Dana, I would say Brendan previously felt shame about data collection. Now they seem to stay more positive and realize that each day is needed. Each day is new. Fucking A. Fucking A. How does that resonate, Brendan? Look at the reflection from somebody you've never met in person, just through the streaming community. You feel so much less shame going through data collection now. That is where it's at, D. I'm telling you, people, I don't want to give all these things away and stuff, but like the last binge I had of data collection was of epic proportions, and I was present the whole time with it. I swear to God, I'm going to write a book at some point that's like your addiction is your fucking gift. Because it is. My addictions have led me to the love and light. That's all they're doing. I think you get to the, I don't know, if I'd have done, I don't know, it's probably different with hard drugs. Maybe it's different with alcohol. Alcohol is more similar to food with mine and the things I've been through. You kind of end up just doing your addiction the last couple times, and you're just like doing it, and you're like, I'm just doing this to really see. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. What am I making a big deal about? That's been my experience. I'm not saying it's everybody's. Maybe because the mine are different. They're more, I don't know. They're not as in, I don't know. You can't compare. But you literally just end up doing these things and kind of just sitting there and looking at them in the face. You're just like, yeah, this really does nothing for me. How many years have I wasted doing this shit? And it was all joke. Nope, no, don't shame yourself though. It's what I needed to be here, data collection. And I got the data now. That's it. That's how it works. Brendan says, absolutely, shame, embarrassment, guilt, all the bad shit. I had to go through the storm to see the rainbow. I've always tended to learn best the hardest ways. That's what you signed up for in this Earth School curriculum, brother. Oh, yes, sir. That's what you signed up for. You're a fucking light warrior, bro. Shari Soulflow, huge light ball to my roller coaster of a year. The ins have said it's the worst year of my life. It's just my data collection to bring me to this community back to the light. Not my worst year anymore. It's my best yet. Let's just use the analogy of psychedelic trips. We've all heard that mushrooms for me can be great and lovely and so sunny and beautiful and just, okay. But then we've heard about the bad trip. But guess what? What do we learn in this community? Everything's a paradox. What is the bad trip really with psychedelic? Sharzy would say you're riding the tiger and you better hold on. The good trip, there's no data collection there. It gave me a peek behind the veil. But I know that's there now. But I have all this other shit. I need to get that out. The only way to get it out is through the bad shit, through the failure, through the, woe is me. That is the medicine. That is the gift. That is the data. Oh, and Cini too short to park in front of the net. Oh, he's not going in front of the net if I'm running the team, but he'll go there. Dana says, touching a hot plate is data collection. Teaching yourself, ouch, that hurts. Some people have to touch the hot plate more than others sooner or later. Either get really burnt or you learn not to touch the plate. Coming from the firefighter makes a little sense, huh? Fucking hell. Fucking hell, D. You're all over it. You're all over it, brother. Fuck in hell. God, I love you all. Great way to put it, says Brendan. Amen. Amen. And on our journey, that changes. I have nerve damage from this middle finger, the middle line, all the way down my hand, and this side of my hand. So if I touch something hot with this finger, this palm, this thumb, especially the thumb, I will feel the hot plate a split second later than a normal person. That's just my meat monkey spacesuit. I didn't come in with nerve damage there. Things happened, got stored with pain. Now I have to deal with my meat monkey spacesuit accordingly. I'm not going to say, oh, it's so bad, I have nerve damage. My hand feels like it's 20% asleep for the rest of my life. Oh, it's like, this has helped me learn about myself. The slice to my wrist, I wouldn't be sitting here right now if I was still playing, right? Everything happens exactly how it's supposed to for us. It's all perfect. Daniel Carcillo, who holds space for 850 people now with Mushroom Journeys at his Experience Onward place in Colorado. He said like 7 times on the podcast that everything's perfect. Sometimes he said everything's perfect. Sometimes he went, everything's perfect. And you roll your eyes, but that's what you do. You lean into it more and more and more until like, I'll know more and more about myself and my journey until I can be in front of anyone and they rush up to me and go, "Hey, how are you?" And I just go, instead of, "Oh, hi, oh, sorry, you kind of startled me," and just, namaste. Pipey's barking at me, scratching at my door. I'm sleeping upstairs now because we have family coming from Scotland. No, scratching at my door at night. Pipey, no more, please. Instead of yelling, but do it if I need to yell, then do it from a conscious place, because she doesn't learn. Like, Pipey, leave the fucking door alone. But you start with that. I'm okay. Everything's perfect. We might need to check in on Lisa and Lynn's Murdoch here. I haven't heard from them tonight. They just popped in my consciousness. Love and Light just brought them through. Hungry Rolly, what happens when you burn your fingertips so bad you can't feel the plate? You got to deal with it, brother. Just like with my nerve damage, you make most of it. It's there for it's teaching you something. Everything is trying to teach you something. Do you have the eyes to see it? First of all, I missed your intro. Curtis, my man, the toad is fed. The meat glove hasn't been too kind lately, though. Namaste, brother. The toad man himself. The meat glove hasn't been too kind lately, though. Well, it depends what you're feeding the toad. If you feed a toad cereal, you feed a toad Captain Crunch, he's not going to feel too well. You feed a human being Captain Crunch, they're probably not going to feel too well. You feel well in the short term. If you're conditioned to it, you're going to feel good. But you get out what you put in. User, Curtis, what's your favorite team you played on, and what's the story of the teammate that stuck with you? Namaste, user. We're about to go. We're about to wrap up in less than 3 minutes. New Jersey Devils, 1,000% was my most fun. That's why I got them on the wall here. You can't see. There we go. And a story that sticks out off the top of my head right now, my dear friend Tyler Gravac, me and him spending a summer in Minnesota training and just being idiots. That was a lot of data collection, let me tell you. Fuck off. Sharzy, this is something for you to work on, Sharzy. This is a little pebble. This is an invitation. Every time these people come in, you go, fuck off. Maybe meet them with something. Anyway, I'm just joking with you. Meet them with something else instead of fuck off reaction every time. I know that you keep us safe, though, here. That's you're a roomie of Rockford. You're keeping us safe. Fuck all. Yeah, okay. Dana goes, have a great week, everyone. Also, minus the hair, Ben and Nate McKinnon face looks similar to me. Have a great week, everyone. Also minus the hair, Ben and Nate McKinnon face looks similar to me. Oh, Ben and Nathan McKinnon look similar, minus the facial hair. Interesting. Okay. I don't think he'd mind that at all. Nate's a dog. Let's go. Lorianne Forrest, good night, Lele. Thank you so much for your shares lately. Keep leaning in. Every time you hear someone judging weight now, just think they have a problem with weight. Everything's a direct opposite correlation. I say moon, they're feeling I don't like the sun. It's literally that one-to-one. You judge someone's weight, you have problems with your own security in your body. Kristen, I honor you in the day you're having, the shit data collection day that is. If it needs to feel like shit, it needs to feel like shit. Just like my mom's poem, you got to be where you're at. You can't not be. So stop fighting like you are. Stop trying to be somewhere else. Be where you are. It's exactly where you're supposed to be. Brendan Zen, good night, everyone. Namaste, Brendan. So proud of you and your journey, brother. Oh, we're all learning so much from you, dude. Everybody's always going to be able to remember Brendan Zankowski's journey from this Love and Light stream. I wonder how many people reference, hey, this guy in our stream is just so vulnerable, and you've seen him change. Like, dude, you are rippling out waves of love and light. You'll never be able to fully understand. So proud of you, dude. Hungry Rolly says, no way, I know a guy that collects Gravac gear. I think that guy messaged me, and I think I chatted with him. The funny how small the world is and stuff. Okay, we didn't do our Love and Light sit with the song, but highly recommend if you guys want to go listen to that. Ram Dass, sit around the fire. Oh, man. Oh, namaste, Brendan Zen. I love you, brother. Keep praying. Keep leaning into the data collection. I'm going to go probably be in silence, still bed, and just watch this meat monkey spacesuit, view thoughts and little bug bites it's got today. Watch the itchiness. Just going to rest in it. Just going to rest in the peace that you all are such a big part in bringing, because you are all such a profound part of my journey. So have a great night, everybody. I love you so much. Love you, Hungry Rolly.